So I turn around I go, where's Larry? And right there, like in my face is Tom Sandoval.
Yeah.
Right behind me. He was like hovering over me, and I just felt his face, his eyes got big. You know that look that he gives?
Yeah.
Like the Jim Carrey look?
Yeah.
I almost peed my pants.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Bravo by Gays. Happy Friday. It's been a week. I hope you guys all had a great Valentine's Day and you enjoyed it with your loved ones, friends, family, significant other, all the things. I had such a good week, and it was such a fun week in Bravo, and I could not think of another person that I want to recap Vanderpump Rules with, especially, but also Southern Hospitality we got to talk about. I want to talk about some news that kind of like came out this week. I mean, Marcus and Larsa kind of broke the Bravo internet with like speculation of their breakup. We got a huge announcement from Portia on her return to Real Housewives of Atlanta for season 16. And you're going to enjoy my guest. She is crazy. She is funny. We have had some of the best times together. You guys may know her from Instagram at Bravo and Blaze. We have Jenny here to talk all things Bravo with us. All right, guys. Welcome, Jenny from Bravo and Blaze. Jenny, I'm so happy that you're here.
I'm so happy. I love hanging out with you. I love seeing you.
Guys, great. Jenny and I talk all the time. She's one of my favorite people. She's so freaking funny. So it only felt natural to bring you on. I feel like we have so much to talk about. We have to talk about Vanderpump Rules. I want to touch on Southern Hospitality. I haven't been able to talk to the people about Southern Hospitality really yet this season. And the season finale was yesterday. So let's just get into all of it. But before we actually dive into all things Bravo, why don't you tell the people about your account, how you got started, how you kind of like blew up. You like blew up during Sandoval. You were like, or during Scandal. You were like the Scandoval source for everything. Tell all the people how you kind of got to where you are now.
Wow, I was fully invested in Scandal.
You really were.
Oh my gosh, do you remember when I went live once? I'm like, oh my God, guys, this is insane. I'm giving updates like real time. And you come on and I'm like, Larry, do you think Tom Sandoval is worse than Scott Peterson? And for a second you were like, wait, and then you realize what I said and you're like, obviously he's not a serial killer. And I'm like, but is he?
Oh no, my God.
I started with, actually, I was just telling Grace, I don't know what her title is, but I was telling Grace. So I started live tweeting during the pandemic, just live tweeting my shows. And that quickly turned into making memes, selling novelty merch. And then I started my podcast, Bravo and Blaze, with Jenny Blaze. And within 4 months, we reached number 8 in the top 100 indie TV reviews charts. And things have just been out of hand since.
That's amazing.
It's been so fun.
No, that's amazing. I love it. I know. I love. You had like the Bravo and Blaze lighters you were passing out at BravoCon in New York a couple of years ago. You have guys. She has some cool merch. You have to make sure to check it out. But we've had some fun times. I'm sure we'll get into it. We've been to BravoCon in New York, BravoCon in Vegas, like just so much craziness.
The watch party in New York.
Oh, the Vanderpump Rules finale watch party in New York City. Like we've gotten to do some cool stuff. But I want to get into like all things Bravo. So we are going to just start off with Vanderpump Rules. So let's just get right into it. All right. So Tuesday night's episode of Vanderpump Rules. I know we're only 3 episodes in. What are your thoughts so far on the season? Because I have some thoughts, but I want to hear what you think as well.
Well, for one, this is Vanderpump Rules season 11 is the first time I followed filming of a show to a T. Like I needed everything. I was grabbing anything I could find.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've already watched this season.
I know.
I'm like, oh shoot, I messed up.
I know. I feel like I always tell myself I need to put myself in the mindset that what we are watching, they are feeling 3 to 4 months after Scandoval happened, which was like almost a year ago. Almost a year ago. So we're getting this a year later, and we already know kind of like what is going on. So I'm watching, trying to not get mad at these people.
I know.
But like also
hard.
trying to remember that like we're watching them as they are actually like living it and giving us these moments. But like, again, so much time has passed. So it's been a little difficult, especially if you've been keeping up with what has been released like in TMZ or like anything like that, as far as like what's been being shot. You know what I mean? Because I'm like seeing them do walk-ups to See You Next Tuesday or like to all these things. I'm like, I've seen this already.
Yeah,
Like,
we've seen that. Literally, they actually show people with their cameras out. And I'm like, whoever was there, I saw all their videos.
yes. You're like, all of these things landed in my DMs. Like,
Oh my
so
gosh,
I'm trying to give them
fun.
the grace. I'm trying to give them the grace of like with that mindset, just watching it for what it is, pretending like I don't already know. It's a little difficult, but I'm trying. But the first 2 episodes, you can tell. I had said this when I had spoken with my girlfriend Abby, who was on a couple episodes ago. You can tell they got an increase in budget for filming. They got that like Emmy nominated budget, because
the production value.
Yes, the production value has gone up so much, and it is. I love it. It is like I almost feel like it's like 4D, like, you know what I mean? Like it's just like I feel like I'm there with them, like at the table next to them.
They're getting close-ups and they're doing more like cinematic type of shots.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
It's nice.
It's kind of like Miami, actually.
Yes,
remember when they rebooted Miami on Peacock? I was like, this is sexy as hell.
It really is. And I was comparing it to like the Peacock shows as well, like the production level. Like it's so good. And I think it's just going to kind of like elevate, I guess, the season overall. But again, I have to go into it with like a different mindset, because it is some of these things I'm getting mad at. Like I'm finding myself get mad at Ariana for the way that she is acting, but I'm like, oh wait, no, this is so fresh for her. Like she deserves to be feeling this way. Whereas if we waited a year and she was like still kind of feeling this way, I guess I would feel different.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this was right after Scandoval.
Literally so quick.
Yeah, I even said before the season started, I'm here for Ariana being petty, kicking his shoes if they're in the way, like whatever. Just let it out. I want to see that.
I know. I do too. And I feel like they pushed it out as fast as they could, right? Because obviously they have to go through a production schedule of filming for like 3 months. And then they did a turnaround time of a couple months as well. So, I mean, they're doing the best they can. And I feel like the people think it's not good enough and they want it quicker. I'm like, what do you want them to do? Like, it's not Big Brother. You can't just watch them live. That's weird. Like,
we kind of needed that.
I would.
We needed that during Scandoval. That's like a kind of how I was feeling during Scandoval. And when they were filming, I'm like collecting everything. And I'm like, this is what's going on. Oh my gosh, what is happening? And then like we see, well, I don't want to like spoil it for the future episodes, but we know what happened. Right?
Yes. Yeah. So I kind of just want to get into some things that happened in Tuesday night's episode. We'll kind of just run through quickly some bullet points, and then I just kind of want like your opinions on certain situations, and then we'll just go from there. All right?
Yeah, I have a ton.
Yeah, I know. I know. So we obviously start the episode off with the birthday party, which was so janky. Like, how many of those people were hired actors? What?
Oh my God. It honestly would have been better if he had it at one of the bars, because then he could have had just regular patrons there to like kind of fill it in, you know? And like it would have just been like, hey, this is Tom Sandoval's birthday.
Yes.
Versus
and
like a sad house that I don't
literally
know.
Like,
Nobody wants him there. It's like,
do you remember the last episode, that one random guy that was there talking to James, and James is like, This is a who's who party. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
Oh my God.
And that
is
one
probably
guy,
the most hilarious and embarrassing thing that we've seen so far.
and that one guy was like, "How are you?" Katie kind of isolated me from the group. I go, "Who are you? We've never seen you before."
It was so bad. Oh my gosh. I mean, he tried.
He tried. He was looking for a moment, and he got. It did not. It wasn't a good one.
Yeah, that
But
wasn't
They obviously start the episode off where Tom is like pulling Schwartz aside and telling him what happened with James, and obviously Tom thinks that he's justified in like what he said about everything that like James did with Kristen.
Yeah.
And Tom Schwartz immediately was like, "Oh God, like you went there," like because in my mind, I don't know how old. Do you know how old James is off the top of your head? They're early 30s.
Like early 30s, yeah.
So if you go back 10 years, he was
like 21.
21. So he was like young, although yes, still an adult, still like young enough to make stupid decisions. So like you can obviously
It doesn't even matter though, because Tom Sandoval hung out with James, acted like he was his bro, paid for his
engagement.
Rochella.
Yes.
So
yes.
Tom Sandoval cannot say anything about that. That is ridiculous. It's no longer valid. What do they call that in the legal system? There's like
Beats me, girl. I'm not a lawyer.
There's like a certain amount of time that you're able to
a statute of limitations.
Yes. We've met that. We surpassed it already. So Sandoval's just trying to reach at anything because he can't ever take accountability. He deflects all the time. It's sad. It's not really fun to make fun of him anymore.
It's not. It's actually like so sad. I'm just like, this is ridiculous. Like, and you can tell like even his friends, even though he doesn't have many, Tom Schwartz was like, "No, man, like you can't bring that up. Like
just
you need to take the L, like apologize." And it takes everything in him to like, I think it's harder for him to not say sorry than it would be for him to say sorry. Like,
oh my God, yes. He puts in extra energy into just defying everyone. And I talked about this at BravoCon. Like he went out of his way to make himself available for me to
oh my God. So
him.
tell the people your experience with Tom Sandoval at BravoCon.
Oh my God. I am scared. I was scared. I'm still scared.
I know.
So we went to a party and I had already seen Tom Sandoval at BravoCon, but I'm like, hell no. Like you've seen me when I don't like someone, I just leave. I left.
You go. You run away.
So I didn't go near him during BravoCon, and then at this party, we're on this balcony that like nobody was on except for me, and I'm talking to Captain Carey, and you got like Kate Chastain, Colin from Below Deck, Fraser, Captain Glenn, and like maybe one person I don't know. But there's like literally nobody else out there, and there's a long like
a bench almost?
Like a bench, yeah. He comes out and he sits directly in front of me and Captain Carey while we're talking. And he like had his kilt on and he had his legs spread out.
Oh my God.
And I like panicked. I stopped what I was saying to Captain Carey. I leaned in. I said, "I'm sorry, Captain Carey. I'm going to have to excuse myself because I really don't like this guy." Like it was just a weird energy. Like what the hell? He smiled and nodded. I think he knew.
Yeah. He knew exactly who it was.
Yeah. And you would think that's the end of the story. No. The party ends and we all have to go through these elevators to leave the party.
Yes.
So people are lined up and I'm not really paying attention. I'm like thinking, actually, I was looking for you.
Yes. Yeah.
I was like, I want to make sure Larry's okay.
Yeah, I was at the back of the line. I think the last people to leave were like me, Sheree, Monica Garcia.
Yes, I saw Monica.
I'm not leaving.
So I turn around I go, "Where's Larry?" And right there, like in my face is Tom Sandoval.
Yeah.
Right behind me, he was like hovering over me, and I just felt so, his face, his eyes got big. You know that look that he gives?
Yeah.
Like the Jim Carrey look?
Yeah.
I almost peed my pants.
Oh my God. That was a very fun night at BravoCon.
That was so fun.
That was so crazy. Oh my God. It was so crazy.
Was so fun.
That is, yeah, no, that's funny. So anyway, to get back into Vanderpump Rules. So obviously, like, Tom are like talking about what happened. They cut to James and Allie going to emo night. I love that James pissed in the bush. Like, that was actually very funny.
Me too.
James and Allie go to emo night. And speaking of, this emo night is actually coming. Like, it travels all around the country. That emo night is coming to Buffalo in like April, I think. I would go if it was like Katie and then like traveling with them. But other than, no, they're not. It's just the actual band. I know. But they get to emo night and James and Allie walk in. James is hot. He's like ready to spill all the tea to these people, like about what just happened. And he's like, I love when he said, like, oh my God, I just left you know whose house. And Ariana's like, my house? What? You left my house? What?
Oh my God.
And James was just talking about how Tom had reached out to invite him to his birthday, which is fucking weird to me that he would reach out to James of all people and say, hey, come over, stop by. I'm having a few people over for my birthday. That's the one person you choose to reach out to out of everybody after you were fucking his ex-fiance for however, God only knows how long, but you won't reply to Sheena. What?
And then also when he comes in, he's like, oh, I'll get you a water. And he just walks away.
Didn't get him anything.
His friend had to go get him. The one who was
talking about Katie. The one who Katie excommunicated from the group.
That's his legacy. He was excommunicated from the group.
He has 3 seconds of fame, and that's what he will forever be known for. That he was like so excited. Oh, I'll go get him for you.
Oh my God! I wonder if he like picked out his outfit. Was like, oh my gosh,
I'm gonna be on camera. I need this man to get into my DMs and tell me what happened.
Yes. Who are you? I think.
Who are you, sir? Reveal yourself. Reveal yourself. But I did love that James was like, oh, this motherfucker wants to play me, then I'm showing up to the house. Like, yeah, but you're not going to get the apology you're looking for. He should have known that because this is obviously still so fresh. It's only a couple months after everything was revealed, and you haven't talked to him. So what makes you think that at his birthday party, he's going to pull you over and apologize? I think it was a bad idea for him to have even gone.
Yeah, definitely for sure. But I think James was trying to be optimistic and at least doing it for the show. Like, it's good for the show.
Oh, for sure.
Whether anything comes out of it or not, it's kind of like proof, actually, to be like, look, this guy is crazy and it's on camera.
Yeah, no, I know. And I loved, like, at emo night as well, like, when James is telling the story, Sheena, of course, makes it about her.
I know.
Like, of all people, you reach out to James. I'm like, oh God. There were so many moments, like so many Sheena moments this episode. I'm going to get into my other favorite one as we kind of progress through what happened. But she's very upset.
I am loving the energy that Sheena is giving.
Yeah.
Hey, Sheena. Hi.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I died. I was like, no way. I keep reliving it for like dopamine or something.
Yeah, it was. We're gonna get into that because I have a thought on that moment as well.
Okay.
It's like I have a whole thing in my mind. I'm like, this was like so staged.
Yeah. Well, we saw it. We saw the paparazzi in the bushes. We're like, what do you think she's saying? Oh, she said because you fucked her cow.
Yes. You know what? Let's just get into it. I don't even care.
You know what a good crossover would be? Is getting Will Culp from Southern Hospitality to help us read all the lips when we're, doing our paparazzi.
Yes, that would be amazing. That would be,
I have never been more impressed by a talent.
He literally got that word for word. And guys, when we talk about Southern Hospitality, you'll know. If you watch Southern Hospitality, you'll know, obviously, in last week's episode, going into this past finale, what exactly we're talking about in regards to Will reading lips. Okay, there's a couple things I want to touch on, then we're going to get into the See You Next Tuesday, everything that happened there. I was completely obsessed with Lala asking what kind of emo music was. She had no clue because she is like
she's so
a rap
funny.
Princess.
She tried though, which was really cute. I like that.
She did.
She was like, I put my bangs down. She's clueless.
She has no clue. She thought it was Nickelback. She thought she was at a Nickelback concert.
But is Nickelback even emo?
I don't think so.
No, they're not. Right?
No, they're not emo. I don't even know. Like emo would be like Taking Back Sunday or like a whole. It's
like more punk,
sad music,
rock. Yeah, but it's like punk rock with pop almost a little bit.
Yeah, but they're sad.
Yeah, but they're sad.
Yeah. I don't know. I like used to listen to emo like back in the day, like, and not, it's like so not me because I'm so like pop, hip hop, like that kind of music. But I know like I've gone to like emo nights and I like literally like raged out. Like it's been so much fun.
I want to go to one.
There's some, I mean, girl, you can take the drive to Buffalo and we'll go to the one that's coming here.
Wait, speaking of you liking hip hop, remember at the Aria when we were at that bar and Taylor Armstrong was there?
Yes, yeah.
And we were dancing with her, but you were loving that one normie woman who was sitting near us. You're like, I fucking love this lady because she knew every single word to every rap song that we were listening to.
It was amazing. That was hands down. Guys, if you go back and listen to my BravoCon episode, that was like my favorite night of BravoCon.
It was so fun.
It was like so wild. It was so crazy. Like we had too much fun. It was the last day. Like we went to this club it wasn't even a club. It was like a bar in the middle of the Aria that maybe fit 100 people in it. It was a lobby bar. And we walked in and it was just Taylor Armstrong and like her husband and her friend. And this guy from Ireland, I don't even know where he was from.
Poland.
Or
no, Sweden, I think.
Yeah, I don't even know. But we were just like drinking.
I think maybe that's what brought on the Swedish pop star thing.
Oh, yes. Yeah. We have to.
Yeah, we might have to cut that out.
Yeah. No, we don't. But we need to just keep moving on because we can get sidetracked forever.
Okay, let's go.
All right. So Tom's birthday party, Billy Lee brings him out the cake, and then she starts talking to Tom about his journey of healing and how now it's time for him to heal and like all this stuff. I'm like, girl, where did you come from? Who summoned you?
Does she live there?
At the house? I don't know.
That's a rumor going around right now, right?
I don't think so. I don't think Ariana would let that happen. I think that
I think Ariana said, I think Billy Lee is living at my house right now. I'm trying to think if it was because I went to New York about 2 weeks ago and I saw her opening night in Chicago on Broadway and she was amazing.
Yes.
Then she had her book tour.
Oh, yes. And she did that like Q&A with Matt Rogers. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if it was there or somewhere else, but I'm pretty sure she said, I think Billy Lee might be living at my house.
That is hilarious. That is actually so funny. But I just like literally, I'm like, since when? I'm like, I know Tom needs a friend to film with. And I'm glad that like he's not by himself because it really did I felt for him just a little bit. Like when he was talking with Lisa just and all that. So I understand that he needs a support system.
Yeah.
But like I really wish it wasn't Billy Lee. Like
I know.
She just is like, I feel like she is just like thirsty to be back on the show. You know what I mean?
Do you think they hooked up?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to go with no until either one of them admits it.
Okay. I don't know, but I feel like they did.
So does Sheena. Yeah.
Maybe that's why, because Sheena thinks so.
Yeah, she put that in all of her heads. She put that little bit of wonder in there.
Well, actually, during Scandalous, because I was real time in the dirt and mud in social media, sifting through everything. I knew everyone's opinions. I think social media said it first. Because Billy Lee and Sandoval were spotted together.
Yeah.
There were pictures going around, and people started circulating that. And
that
then
they were hooking
Sheena
up.
said it.
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean,
That's like, this is a weird, like, all the dynamics of us, the viewers, them, like the fourth wall gets broken sometimes, and like, I don't know, this whole Vanderpump Rules thing feels like it's very interactive.
It is like it is. It's like, it really is. And like you're in it.
We're in it.
We're in it.
We can't get out.
We can't get out of Bravo. It's okay. I love it there. God, I have to just give a quick shout out to Anne, the assistant, because she should not need to have to clean up after this man. Is that I don't know what an assistant does, but I feel like cleaning up after a birthday party isn't that. Shouldn't they be doing, I don't know, shouldn't they be doing like business stuff? Or, I mean, I guess it is like running errands and doing shit that like you don't want to do. So I guess it is part of her job. I didn't like seeing her have to clean up. I just love her.
After seeing Tom Sandoval's dry erase board for his sign at BravoCon, the prices of his hoodies.
Oh my God.
I would love to see the job description he wrote up for Anne. I want to read it word for word.
Yeah, no, I would like to see that as well. But in that moment also, while Anna's cleaning in the background, Katie and Ariana are meeting. And this is what I don't like, right? And this is kind of like where I was like, okay, like now I just have like a weird feeling about like where we are with them filming versus what we're watching, was when Ariana said that Sheena has a soft spot for Schwartz, but she doesn't think that Schwartz should be invited to things. It's almost like they're trying to isolate cast members. And that's what I don't like, because that's when it just like the show like just goes to shit. And that's where I was like, okay, no, like she could feel that way. It was only a couple months, but then now I'm watching. I'm like, oh damn, that was kind of
icy.
like icy. Yeah. What are your thoughts on? Look, I mean, I know she has to set boundaries, right? I understand that, and I understand that she's like hurt by Schwartz and his involvement in it, because really she was like a groomsman in their wedding, so he felt like they had a friendship enough where she could be in the wedding.
Yeah.
So I understand where she's
Didn't he make food for her that was between his butt cheeks?
Yes, yeah. And I just like, I understand where she is upset by it, but I mean, I don't know.
All for Ariana just letting it out.
Yeah.
But I am also okay with Sheena including Schwartz still. So like at least extend a little bit of an olive branch. They don't have to be like, oh, come with us and pregame with us beforehand. You know, like that's a little bit too much. But to be like, hey, if you want to,
we'll be here.
Like that feels okay.
That feels okay. And then if he decides to show up, he shows up. I mean, like when they were at See You Next Tuesday and Lala goes, were you invited? And he was like, no, I just came. I missed the last few. Like that to me felt weird that they had all organized this night out and left out cast members. Tom Sandoval, yes, I 100% know why he is not invited to anything, even though he's going to be there, because it is their job to film this stuff and like move the story along. Don't invite him to anything, but like don't isolate Schwartz.
Yeah, I mean,
but he's guilty by association. He's guilty by association.
Oh, I can't stand Schwartz. I actually was going to dedicate season 11 to hating on Schwartz, but I quit reviewing VPR, except for on other people's shows.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it all day long.
Yeah.
But Schwartz is the worst. He showed his true colors when he starts going off on Ariana, and he does this all the time. When he gets triggered, it could be something so small that you and I would be like, whatever. He gets triggered by the smallest things, and then it just kind of like comes out in a fierce and sharp way when he comes at somebody. Like we seen it this last episode with Ariana. He's like, what are you, the queen of the group?
Yes, yeah.
With Katie, he like stalked Katie in Mexico, goes and crashes her table, eats her sushi, and then starts like insulting her when she's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And he needs therapy.
I know. I just have a soft spot for him. I love him so much. I really do.
Don't be fooled, Larry.
I'm sorry. I'm fooled. I'm fooled. It is what it is.
It's okay.
But I mean, you know what? Hey, some of us have to. Not all of us can dislike everybody.
I know.
But I understand what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. I just don't like the whole separation of the groups.
Yeah.
So, of course, obviously, I know Ariana is very much entitled to how she's feeling. Again, I'm trying to putting myself in that 4-month post scandal like mindset. Yeah. But also I was just kind of like, oh wow, like that, like after time has passed, now watching it, I can see where people would be like, because so many people are saying that they're not liking Ariana this season.
But wait, let's not forget what Kristen Doty went through for an entire season, more than one season, after she slept with Jax. Remember, she was ostracized from the group.
Yes.
She took so much heat for so long. She was like willing to be abused by everyone just to get back in the group. I kind of feel like Schwartz has to do the same.
I feel like Sandoval needs to do that. I don't think Schwartz Sandoval needs to go through it as much as Kristen Doty. He didn't fuck any of them. Yeah,
but he was complicit. He knew what was going on, and Ariana was his groomsman.
I understand. No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I completely agree with you. I just don't think he deserves as much heat as Tom Sandoval does.
Oh, agreed.
A little bit. He definitely deserves some because he knew, but I don't think he deserves as much as Tom is.
Oh, definitely, but he still deserves some, I think.
100%. 100%. But this is the thing, right? So we're at See You Next Tuesday, and we're just going to get right to that because I want to talk about See You Next Tuesday and the whole Tom and Sheena thing. And then, so we're at See You Next Tuesday, and he extends this invite to the entire group to go to Lake Tahoe. And he says, I'm inviting everybody, including him. And they're all like, what? Like, what? Like, why? Like, oh, we don't want to go to Lake Tahoe. We all know that they go to Lake Tahoe. It was revealed by every internet sleuth across America.
Oh yeah, we've seen the footage.
We've seen like in videos. The gondola. Yes, we know.
They were in the gondola. They went on the lake.
They took a photo, and Tom was in the photo, and then that went viral because Sheena had her arm around Tom.
Yes.
Like,
and that girl who was in the photo, she started a podcast.
Yes. So we know that they all go to Lake Tahoe. And that's the part that drives me crazy is having to watch Schwartz go through this awkwardness of extending the invite, all of them acting like they're not going, and then we know that they go.
Well, actually, Ariana and Katie, I don't think they went. They're the only ones who didn't go.
Which, I mean, that's fine. But like everybody else goes.
Yeah, everyone else goes.
But it's just so, it drives me nuts.
At that time, it was the night before the footage of them being in Lake Tahoe. I had a dream and that my children turn into werewolves. And I even tweeted about this.
Yeah,
okay?
you told me about this.
So I did not make this up.
Yeah.
And the next day, someone posted a video of Lisa with the wolf sign of her new restaurant. And I was like, I am a witch.
Yes. Yeah. I remember that.
So crazy.
That really is so funny. But I mean, I think it'll be nice. Obviously, we know that there's going to be trips. I don't know what trips Ariana does or does not go on. Obviously, there's Lake Tahoe. There's another one don't they go to San Francisco for the finale? So I don't know the involvement of kind of like where Tom and Ariana cross paths, if they do on any of these trips. Again, I think that they were probably very sensitive to her feelings and probably didn't force her to film or go on these vacations if she didn't want to. I'm assuming. I don't know. That's just my thought.
Alex Baskin.
Stop it. No. I'm sure it will be on. I'm surprised she hasn't been a guest on the podcast yet, the Bravo podcast. I wonder if she will be as the season goes on. But I can't deal with you. And so now, anyway, in regards to See You Next Tuesday, because I want to wrap up Vanderpump Rules and then I want to get into Southern Hospitality. They kind of, at the end of Vanderpump Rules, we obviously get this moment of Sheena going to the bathroom and she has to pass Kyle and Tom. And he's like, Sheena, and she stops and looks with her sunglasses. I'm like, this was so set up because is there no other route for her to get to the bathroom? It's like they almost wanted her to pass him so he could stop her and they could go have a conversation.
I mean, they had to have had the table set up
where she would have
filming.
had to have passed him.
Yeah, I mean,
it was just so funny.
Hey,
hi. Yeah. Oh, you look different. Look.
He got way too hyped when she said thank you for the Shania Twain compliment.
Yes.
I'm like, settle down, brother. Like, what? All she said was thank you.
And then when they go, I'm so happy that they went into the Sir Alley. I was like, oh my God, we're back home. Like, this is amazing.
It felt good.
But what I thought was hilarious, and this isn't even my favorite Sheena moment from the episode because we skipped over it, but when Tom complimented her look and she's like, yeah, I'm going for like a Y2K vibe. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm going for like a 90s vibe too. Like, this is my friend's sweater. I'm like, you guys are fucked up.
Yeah, they are so weird. That whole thing made me feel weird. Like I was on some kind of drug or something.
I was like what just happened? It really was so crazy. But my favorite Sheena moment was when, and I just want to tell you what it was because then we'll get back into Tom and Sheena's conversation. But when Katie and Sheena met up for their like dinner, and Katie was doing her walk up to the restaurant, and Sheena was just there taking selfies, like waiting for Katie. And Katie's like, "Oh, there she is, the selfie queen." And Sheena was like, "Great lighting, isn't it cute? Like, isn't it a cute photo?" Like,
I mean, it was a good photo.
It was a good photo. It's just cute? So Sheena. It's so Sheena.
It is very Sheena.
But regardless, I did love the way that kind of Sheena approached the conversation with Tom in the Sir alleyway, kind of just telling him that he needs to be like remorseful, show some humility. And I am. That's all he did. I feel like all episode was throw a toddler styled tantrum.
Yeah, he does.
Which is all Lisa, he's been doing.
That conversation with Lisa was so like, I don't know how Tom Sandoval was raised, but I would never have the balls to speak to my boss or partner the way that he was speaking to Lisa.
Yeah.
And she's like, you have to have some remorse. He's like, I am. Like, what the hell
Lisa,
is wrong with you?
Lisa. Yeah, no, I know. It was just, I don't know. And like I said earlier in the beginning of us kind of recapping Vanderpump Rules, it is just so much harder for him to just say he's wrong than it is to kind of like, it's easy for him to kind of deflect and bring up everyone else's issues. He always has a reason for excuses. The way he excuses. Like, oh, well, this person did that. Like, okay, but like, stop doing that. You're a 41-year-old man.
42 this year.
42, like
a couple years ago, someone tweeted like, "Oh, name a housewife that was born the same year as you," and I couldn't find one, and I was so sad.
Yeah,
I was so sad. But then I found Tom Sandoval. I was like, "Ew, he's the same age as me." Yeah. And then, like a year later, we find out he's lying about his age on a TV show. Like, how does anyone on a TV show think they can get away with any sort of white lie?
I have no idea.
It's
no clue.
It's mind-blowing to me. It's so insane.
It really is. It really is. I don't know. I just like don't want to. And listen, I love Vanderpump Rules. I did hear that like through the grapevine, the first 2 episodes were kind of like a little just like tough to get through. Although I still enjoyed it, but I heard it gets like it's picking up after episode 3. So I just can't even imagine like what is going to come from like this point on. I just don't want to do an entire season of Tom acting the way he did in this episode. And I just think that's what it's going to be. And he's still doing it because if you watch him on Nick Viall's podcast, was the same way. He got into defense mode after 2 seconds.
He's like more unhinged now, I think, than during filming, because I didn't even listen or watch Nick Viall's podcast with him, but I saw little clips and I think he might be in a state of psychosis or something. Like something is not right. He is not a functioning human being. I feel like you can't have a conversation with him.
No,
he
it's so strange.
Nick was asking direct questions. Why are you late? And he goes, why were you late to my podcast?
That's the thing. He always tries to like put it on somebody else. Like he has he has no self-awareness. He has no remorse for anything that he does. He doesn't show any humility, like Sheena said. It just is too much. It really is. And it is just like, I'm good on Tom Sandoval. Like, I don't need to, like, I'm just like, he's just so oversaturated. It's exhausting. I just don't care what's going on. Like,
insufferable.
Yes. Like, it really is. Like, it is just, now show me what Ariana's doing all day long. I want to see her on Broadway. I want to see her, like, on Dancing with the Stars. I want to see all the things. I'm not watching Special Forces or whatever. What was the show he was on?
I watched it. It was so good. It was my favorite show when it was airing at the time.
Yeah.
Because it really was everything we needed after Scandalous. He was punished physically. He was punished mentally.
Yeah.
And I could have watched that again. Honestly, I could have watched more of it. But he went through every single challenge. Physically, he got through everything. I mean, he's in great shape, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But part of the Special Forces, they're like, you can go through all these tasks, but in the end, we're not going to invite you to be on our team if we don't trust you and feel like we can rely on you with our lives, because that is what this group is.
Yeah.
At the very end, he didn't make it. They got rid of him because he showed no empathy. Can you, like, hello? That would have, if that's not a wake up call, because in a real hostage situation, you would have been shot point blank, and he still doesn't get it. Like, hello,
I just can't. I can't with him. It drives me nuts. Oh my it's gosh. Just like everything about him is just driving me crazy. And I've never been a Tom Sandoval fan. He has bugged me since the beginning. And
was it the stilts?
I don't know what
Remember
it was.
His birthday.
He started bothering me when he had the long hair with the yellow stripe. That was when I really started not liking him.
Those are the Joe Simpson days.
Yeah, and he just drives me insane. And I've never been a fan of his. I just always preferred Tom Schwartz over Tom Sandoval.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But like now, after all this, I'm just like, I am good if you like leave the show. Like, you know what I mean?
He should go to an inpatient treatment center. I don't know why he didn't.
Yeah. I don't know. All right.
He needs a team of people. Sheena goes, a narcissist would never say they're a narcissist. And he's like, yeah, that's why Lala won't say she's a narcissist. Yeah.
Lala at least admits to everything that she has done. She has shown.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? She is just like, she lives in her truth. She really does. And you do not, sir.
Delusional.
He is very delulu. Like, I can't. We got to move on. I can't talk about Tom Sandoval anymore. Yeah. But guys, that is our Vanderpump recap was wild and all over the place. But that is this. I hope you enjoyed it, because we go on tangents, and that's what I love, because we can always just. I do. I said we, like both of us.
No, I do. I love it too.
I love it, and just because there's just. You talk about one thing and then you get sidetracked, whatever. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed it. We got to leave. We got to go to Charleston next.
Charleston.
Southern hospitality. Like, I am so bummed that the season is already over.
I know.
You guys are listening to this on Friday. The finale episode happened last night, but we haven't watched it yet because we record early in the day. So I just want to know, overall, the season as a whole, what were your favorite moments? What were your least favorite moments? What did you think about the season in general? Who are your favorites, least favorites? Let's just kind of cover it all, and we'll just go from there and chit chat.
Right off the bat, Mia getting fired and
Lucia.
That was like, okay, we're starting like this.
Yeah.
And then we have the Bradley and Maddie feud about that carried over from season 1, where she said, I saw you in the alleyway. Getting a beach egg by a dumpster.
That's so I love it. I love it. Good for him, even though we know it's not true now.
I'm like, I don't know, but whatever. It's hilarious. Maddie has gone from, I think, in my opinion, season 1, she is fan favorite. She's kind of flipped the other way. And we kind of love to see that for entertainment purposes.
Yes. Yeah.
And I have to say, after watching everything, I think I'm Team Bradley because she tried to get Maddie also is going through this relationship with Trevor who sucks.
Yeah.
Like even showing her video evidence to her face is not enough for her to completely dismiss him after he cheated on her one time already.
Right. And you know he set up that entire phone call with that girl to try and save. He was like, okay, this is what we're going to say, and I'm going to record it so I can show me. Like, it was pre-planned. That was premeditated phone recording.
Law is just my hobby, but objection, because that was leading the witness if I've ever seen it. Like, what the hell was that?
Literally. And
I was kind of laughing when Maddie, had played it for Joe Bradley, and he's just like, I don't even think he had a reaction really, and she's just like, oh my God, can you believe that they would do this after this proof? Like, this is jakey ass proof, bitch. Yeah. What are you talking about?
And he was like, well, did she tell you this? And she goes, well, no, but she told so-and-so. Like, no, that's not how this works. It really
Joe Bradley's having a season too. Last season he was told not to date employees. Next thing you know, he's like all in cahoots with this girl who may have cheated on him or something. He called her a psychopath to her face after he was unhinged.
He's having a little bit of a rough season. Towards the end of it, he was having a little bit of a rough season. The whole showing Maddie the text message from the group chat. I know after him explaining himself, I know what he was trying to do, but he should have had his other friends back more than he had Maddie's. It just
I think Joe Bradley
wasn't a
does
cool
that
move.
Though. I think Joe Bradley's MO is whenever he's talking to someone that he wants that person to feel like he's got their back.
Yes.
Over anyone else.
Yeah.
When in fact he shouldn't. All the time, or maybe it's not the best thing, but I think it's a default for him. It's just programmed in him.
No, that makes sense.
They're all very young, so I don't.
They are, and Joe Bradley is.
I love Joe Bradley.
The best. I love him so much, but I'm watching this. There's a moment in the beginning of the finale where he goes up to Chris and Leva and is talking to them about Maddie's promotion and how he doesn't think it was a good decision, and he's telling them, Leva and Chris, she's not my boss. I will not listen to her. I'm not going to have my little sister tell me what to do. He is asserting himself in this position of being nope, never going to happen. Don't know. She's a bottle girl. It really is so ridiculous. It's not a good look. And Leva was in her confessional, I'll put you back in your place. Do you know, if you forgot who you're talking to, I'm definitely going to show you. She's
Good,
it was almost fuck around and find out.
Yes.
And I loved it so much. And I literally was just oh my God, he's so salty about this promotion.
He is. So is Maddie.
Yes. And
it's really not a good look.
It's not girl, yeah, she covered your shift, but I'm sure there were probably things she was doing in the back end, but also it's her job as well. So if she's working towards a promotion, she doesn't need to tell you because you guys are friends. She doesn't owe it to you. She knew what she wanted. She went and met with Leva, asked for more responsibility because you're out DJing down the street at Uptown Social for James Kennedy and doing all this other stuff. Why are you mad because you got overlooked for the position? And then both of them are I'd never be assistant GM. I'd never be AGM. You're going to be someone's assistant and not the actual general manager.
Gulp. He called it.
Yes. And then
I actually, in the moment, I was how did he know that he said that? And he's I just read their lips.
Yeah. He literally told Emmy, I just read Joe's lips and heard everything he said.
Dude, he needs to take that talent on the road.
Literally.
He needs to do something with that.
Literally.
I'm obsessed with Will Culp reading lips.
I love Will Culp in general. I don't think that he cheated on Emmy. I don't think that, like, I don't know. Emmy, I love her. My literal favorites, Emmy, Mia. I love Mia. I love Mia. I love
TJ. We don't have enough TJ.
No, I know. I'm just going through the girls. Those are my like favorites. TJ, I love me some TJ. He really is the best. I want more TJ next season.
Yes. What the hell?
I want to see him going on dates. I want to see him like more storylines. I loved the mom friendship that his mom and Joe Bradley's mom have, like more like sun dates and like all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
But I want more TJ. I don't know where the fuck Mikkel went. Like, he was just gone. I know. We're not I know.
Okay.
Oh my God. But overall, I love the show so freaking much.
Let's not forget Grace Lilly.
I love she's wavy baby.
I fucking love her. Wavy baby.
I love her too. I was lucky enough to go to the premiere party in Charleston at Republic. And this was the second time I met Grace Lilly. I met her the first time at BravoCon just a couple weeks prior. And she is just like vibing in her own world. It's wavy baby. Like she's just like smiling, like just happy to be there. Like,
I love it. I love it that so energy
much. And I'm so happy that I got such a different POV on her this season because I didn't really care for her season 1.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, what is this shtick? And then I'm like, oh, this is just who she is. Like, it is just who she is.
I thought that at first too. I'm like, oh God, who is this wild child?
Yes.
But then, because you, like, when you see people acting that way, if they're doing it purposely to get attention, you like kind of reject it.
Yeah.
But if they're just naturally that kind of person, it is attractive. And I like that. And I was dying laughing. Thank God she got out of that relationship in season 2. But when she was like, my third eye is on fire. I got the huge pimple.
Yes. I love her.
I love her. Yeah,
now, as we did learn on Wednesday, Maddie Reese was on Watch What Happens Live. Trevor's no longer in the picture.
Yes, thank God.
So thank God. But I can't wait for the reunion. I want to know what's going on with Lucia and Bradley.
Yes, they're so cute.
I have to say this, and I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion. I am not a fan of O'Sheen.
Oh, I hate him. I cannot stand him.
I'm not a fan of him.
No, he's the worst. Well, you know he's from Vanderpump Rules on that one episode where he grabbed Charlie's ass
butt.
Or whatever.
Yeah. I hope they address it at the reunion.
Ugh, they better.
I don't know what it is. I don't like him. I don't like the way that he was talking to Mia and Lucia. I don't like the whole milkman thing.
I hate that. I hate that.
I mean, good for you if you're going to be on OnlyFans. Like, I don't know. I just don't vibe with him. No. I don't like
Milk
off TV.
Smells when it's old. Milk is like sticky after a while. Like, no, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
and I
feel bad because I wanted to like him, and he lost me in Miami when he talked to the girls that way, and I did not like that whatsoever. No. And the way he came at Will and Emmy. Like,
yes, actually, that's what had me. The Will and Emmy part. I'm like, don't you dare come after my Will and Emmy.
Yeah. You leave my children alone.
Yes, I feel like I want to, in the best and most like endearing way, I want to slap the shit out of Emmy sometimes because I love her so much and I look at her like a little sister or a daughter and I want to be like, why are you saying these things?
Yeah.
Like, you need to snap out of it. The way that, I mean, I don't know if Will cheated, but the way that she was just in complete denial, like, I am not going to take any of that. I'm not. Yeah. I reject everything you say right now.
Yeah.
That was a little bit too delusional for me. But I also like kind of understand it because when you're that young and you have this guy that you think that you're going to get married to. And like, I would like to see after a couple more seasons, see if they're still together. I mean, I hope that they are.
Yeah.
But they're still very young and they're going through a lot of major changes. Will's in law school.
Yeah.
Emmy's assistant manager.
Yeah. Assistant general manager.
Yes.
AGM.
AGM.
I mean, I really hope that next season, I don't think it will, Mia and Lucia losing their jobs at Republic. I hope it doesn't affect them returning to the show. I want to see more of Mia, and I want to see more of her boyfriend, Travis.
I forgot his name.
Is that his name? I believe it's Travis. And he is...
I'm surprised she's dating him, though.
He's so hot.
Really?
Oh my God.
I don't know. I feel like I picture her with someone who's like a tall, dark, handsome man who has like an accent.
Oh, I can see what you're saying. No. I just need to like double check what this man's name is. I think it's Travis. I want to say it's Travis, but I don't know.
It might be.
I'm looking at her Insta and I don't see any photos of him. She was trying to keep him private for a while, so but I want to see more of that, like building of that relationship. I want to see more repairs in the relationship between Joe and the friend group. Like, there are so many things I want to see for next season that, like, I want them all to come back, but I don't think we need any newbies yet. I think we need to just let the group be the way it is. Yes. Get rid of O'Sheen. He doesn't even live in Charleston.
Fuck out of here.
Like, go. And then just keep it that core group. Mm-hmm. I know we're obviously missing Mikkel, but I don't think we need a replacement.
You know who I want to come back is Regan.
Oh, that would be good. Yes. Yeah, but she's like not working there anymore. She's living her best life.
I know, but she's like turning it into like a real housewife. She's got like
literally
this rich husband or like rich. I don't think they've been married
They're
yet.
Not married
so
yet.
like I want to see all that. I want to see the engagement.
I know that would be a good cast member to bring in. But I like the core group that they have now. And I feel like if you're going to have us get invested in these like relationships and in these people, you have to give us at least 3 seasons before you bring somebody new in. Yeah. Like you know what I mean? In this case, maybe even 4. I think they have a good foundation with Southern Hospitality where there's no need for anyone else.
I agree. I think we're good. I also kind of don't need the Southern Charm people popping in every now and then.
I kind of like it.
It throws me off. I'm like, why are they here?
I like it, and I can tell you what my thought is.
Well, you love those people.
I'm obsessed with Southern Charm. I love them so much. Southern Charm.
I hate watching
favorites.
I know.
will tell you my thought behind them popping in is probably like, oh, people will see that they're in there, so maybe they'll tune in.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's my thought about it. But I don't mind like Vanita and Olivia showing up at like the 10-year anniversary party. Like, I know, like obviously, like
that's
their friends.
All right, I guess.
But
those scenes with Shep early on, like I didn't need all that.
Shep, I loved it. It was
Patricia.
It was a montage of the 10 years that they were on, like that they've been open and how.
Yeah, that part was fine, but I'm talking about. Like earlier, remember Shep had kind of like he made out with Mia, didn't he? Or tried to make out with Mia?
He tried to, yeah.
And that's why Taylor and him broke up.
Yeah.
And then when Patricia was there, I'm like, why is Patricia here? We don't need this right now. I would be cool with seeing more Vanita and Madison, though.
Yeah.
I love them.
I know,
or
me
even
too.
Catherine. What if they added Catherine to Southern Hospitality?
She can't. She's not going to go there.
Why?
She's such a big name. If anything, I think she'll come back to Southern Charm for season 10.
I hope so.
I hope so, too. Have you been to Charleston?
No.
God, like literally gorgeous. Spread my ashes at Republic. I love that place. Like,
I will do that for you.
I love Republic so much. It is so much fun. It is like a nightclub. They have a cool outdoor space. And like, it was just, I've gone there.
I'll go if you go. I think I'll have fun if you go.
Oh my God, we would have so much fun. We would have so much fun.
Maybe too much fun.
A little too much fun. But Charleston is my favorite place. I love it there so much. I always tell my boyfriend that we should move to Charleston. I will go there any chance that I get. I'm going to try and go again in a couple months. But I just love Southern Hospitality. I think overall, great second season. I can't wait to see what season 3 brings. Again, if you're listening, Bravo Gods, just leave the cast where they are. Don't make any changes. Just get rid of O'Sheen. overall, like I said, great season. I'm definitely going to recap the reunion for you. It is a Watch What Happens live reunion, so I can only assume it is going to be
really?
one part.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, it's a Watch What Happens live episode. So probably like an hour, but we'll definitely recap the reunion when it comes out. There are a couple hot topics I want to get Jenny's opinion on, and then I'm going to let her go. What are your thoughts? Now, Super Bowl Sunday.
Ugh.
There's so much happening Super Bowl Sunday. I don't even know where to begin.
I don't follow Taylor and Travis. I don't pay attention to them.
No. We obviously got a
Usher?
Beyonce album drop. We got Usher doing his halftime show.
I have watched the Usher halftime show multiple times since Sunday, and I don't ever do that. One, the opening scene, and I love Cirque du Soleil and that kind of stuff. I used to do circus training when I lived in Chicago. There was a man doing a one-hand handstand on another man's head.
I saw that.
And already I was like, oh my God, this is going to be good. The acrobats and all that. I love that stuff. Usher, he's such a good performer. And the roller skates, it like added a nice visual dimension. Like, you know, it changed up the choreography of just like watching people dance together and like made it like fluid. And it was just everything. Alicia Keys and the Bravo and Blaze Red.
In the Bravo and Blaze Red. Now, listen, I will say this. I missed it all because I was keeping up with Marcus and Larsa breaking up. Like,
what the hell?
And then come to find out, 2 days ago, they're seen together.
They're back together.
So I don't even want to talk about their breakup because we don't know what the fuck is going on.
Okay, I can't wait. Wait. Right now, Miami is airing. They're not filming yet, right? So
correct.
We won't get this on next season. So us investigators.
No, we won't get it on this season. We'll probably get it on next season.
You think on the next season? Okay, because Marcus was posting so much in his stories. He posted pictures with him and his dad.
Yes.
He posted some video talking about his father's net worth over the years and like
crazy.
Just crazy stuff. I was like, what is happening? And then other people were like, oh, they just did that on purpose because of last night's episode.
Oh, that could be why. Now, I initially thought when Larsa posted the story saying, like, do you think that your friends should unfollow your ex? I thought it was because Julia was photographed with Scottie Pippen. So I was like, oh, maybe she's mad about that. But then she unfollowed Marcus and like that went crazy. Now, the internet went crazy, even though I think they overreacted because I don't care if they are together or not together.
I care.
I know.
Because I love the traitors.
I know.
I see them as traitors or faithfuls right now over Bravo Labs. And I'm like, what is going to happen at this reunion? It's coming up in a couple weeks.
I know. It films March 1st. He will. He's already said that he will on Radio
March
Andy.
1st?
It films on March 1st.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Do you know something else that I don't?
Yeah, we got to talk offline.
Oh, I saw everywhere that it films March 1st and airs like the 17th or whatever.
Oh.
I know it didn't film yet.
Yeah.
But regardless, they're kind of taking the internet by storm right now. I mean, it's just also like no one's following Larsa to the florist, TMZ reporter. So like you set that up yourself, girl, probably with like backgrid.
I was surprised she was even there. Like, why is she there? Wouldn't you
literally
just order that online?
I know. 1-800-Flowers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Instacart.
Literally.
Uber Eats. I don't know.
I know. I was like, and I wanted to talk about their breakup, and then I was like, oh wait. I remember that there was a TMZ article that dropped that they're back together. So I don't even care. The last piece that I want to talk to you about is Portia Guabadia returning to Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't have as much insight as probably other people do because I don't watch Atlanta. I watch Atlanta, but I haven't watched it hardcore since the beginning.
Okay.
So I and I'm all in on the traders right now.
Yeah.
Which means Phaedra Parks is my mother.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I know that like there was something between Candy and Phaedra in the past, which is why like Phaedra was no longer on the show.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh, you got to go back and watch.
Yeah. And that has to do with Portia, right? Because like Phaedra and Portia had something with Candy. It had to do with like a trigger warning type of topic.
Yes.
And I'm hoping, and don't get me wrong, I love Candy. I don't have feeling like I'm indifferent about Portia, but if Portia coming back means that Phaedra's going to come back, then I'm all for that.
You need to go back and watch. So, okay, so I understand what you're saying. And I am personally so fucking excited that Portia is coming back. I think she's definitely going to save the show. And Andy on Radio Andy had said, like, I told you guys weren't going to be disappointed in casting. He said there's a bunch of new girls coming in that everyone's going to like. So I'm so excited for Atlanta to have a little bit of a reboot.
What do you think about Nene possibly coming back?
She's gone and left in like a couple times.
But Bravo started following her again after that Bethany interview that she did. Like they actually... there was some kind of falling out because Nene removed the podcast episode from her social media.
Yeah, Bethany said that Nene just didn't want anything to do with it.
Okay. So why did Bravo start following her again?
I don't know. Would I like for her to come back? Yes. Do I think she's too big for Housewives? Also, yes. Like, I just don't think that, like, that's the spot for her to go. I know.
What is she going to do next? I need something from her.
She's hosting the Baddies reunion on Zeus.
What is Zeus?
It's a streaming network. Did you ever watch the Bad Girls Club back in the day? A
long time ago, yeah.
So now they have a show on Zeus called Baddies, and it's girls from the Bad Girls Club just kind of acting ratchet still. And
Monica Garcia might be good on that show.
No, they fight each other.
Oh, they fight each other?
Yeah.
Literally fight?
Like fight.
On purpose?
Like,
or like
when they're arguing, they'll hit you. Like if
and that's allowed?
I guess. So Nene's hosting their reunion.
Wait, okay, time out. Portia, she's coming back. Kenya's still on the show.
Yes.
Didn't Portia drag Kenya by the hair at a reunion once?
Yes. You need to go back and rewatch this. I can't even. There's so much to get into.
Well, what's going to happen with Portia coming back and her and Kenya?
I don't know. All I know is that I don't know. I don't know. I'm not friends with them. All I know is that when Portia posted the video, Kenya commented on it. Was like, "Yes, let's go." Fire sign emoji. So she seems excited about it.
All right.
I can't even talk to you about all things in Atlanta right now because I think it's going to be so amazing. I need you to go back. Watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then I'll have you back and we can talk about it. But
I know.
There's so many things I didn't even get the chance to talk to you about because I still wanted to talk to you about all things Traders. So I'm going to try and squeeze you back on here when Traders is over so we can do a full recap of it. But
because Traders is my life.
I know. It's so good. All right. Good. But Jenny, thank you so much for coming, guys. I know this is all over the place, but it's everything I could have ever wanted this episode to be. It's literally chaotic and crazy just like us, and I love it so much. Jenny, I really appreciate you coming and hanging out with me today. You are the best. Let the people know where they can find you, where they can follow you, all the things.
You can find me on YouTube at Jenny Blaze. That's my channel. But on social media, I'm Bravo and Blaze. On Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff.
There you go. Thanks, Jenny.
Thank you.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that episode. Jenny is the best. I can talk to her all day. I know we broke off into tangents, but that's kind of the best part of it all. And there's going to be so much to talk about next week. We are going to have to talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Miami finales are both next week. And hopefully we get some Beverly Hills reunion looks. Guys, just so much. Summer House is premiering February 22nd. I can't wait for that. But that's a wrap on today. I hope you guys have a great week ahead. Love ya. Bye.